Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick in transit through the spirit, titled "Everybody Wants to Be a Prophet," man. Everybody is talking about this path of totality with this eclipse, and everybody is just, everybody wants to be a prophet right now, man. And it's so funny because we said that once things start to happen and once all hell starts to break loose, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai was going to put the spirit on his men to declare these things, and as we're seeing the world crumble and pretty much become a shadow of what it was prior to 2019. Everybody and their mother's coming out the woodworks going into this eclipse, because now I'm watching particular, what do you call these people, these particular forecasters or these people that speak on the economics and, these preppers. A lot of these men are coming in the spirit like they've been speaking on prophetic events, in which they have, but they wasn't really tying it to Bible prophecy because they don't understand the scriptures or the means in which the scriptures were written. But you have men like us that filter everything through the scriptures, as the apostles always say. You have to qualify things through the scriptures. When you say something, then it has to be backed up with a precept or two, or something along the lines of the scriptures. Because it was this guy by the name of Dabu 7, but now he's calling himself Survivor of End Times, man. Which Dabu used to try to hint at Bible prophecy from time to time, but overall, they missed the mark. But it's funny though, because things are getting ready to happen. Like today out here, I think that the totality starts around 12, if I'm not mistaken, 12:38 or some shit, but we ain't gonna hit full totality until I believe 2:03 or something like that, in which paths of eclipse or the totality has changed to some degree. I believe it shifted off a few degrees, but nonetheless, everybody's on edge though, because now they got the National Guards deployed to certain states and certain points to certain parts of the country that's in totality, because they're expecting probably a terrorist attack or some type of disruption for this eclipse event, which people are spending big money to go watch a 4-minute eclipse, which the scriptures say, "Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven." So what we're watching a bunch of heathens that's totally just dismayed at the signs of the heavens, man, because this is nothing more but a sign that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is getting ready to judge the wicked, okay? And yet heathens, including our people, like at school, hey, they're taking the children to watch this solar eclipse, which is, there's nothing wrong with that overall, because we get it, it's a rare phenomenon, but it feels like they're almost on verge of worshiping this thing, as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai say that the gods of the heavens are nothing but idols, but the Lord made the heavens. No, the gods of the nations are nothing but idols, but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai made the heavens and the earth, man. Okay, so with that being said, we're supposed to give credit to the creator, man, not the actual moon and sun itself, okay, because the moon and sun itself was actually created by a higher power. So do you give the creator, or do you worship the creation? And that's what we're talking about, man. You don't worship the creation, because the creation is vain at the end of the day, man. So it says, this is spirit just thinking about how far people, everybody wants to be prophets now, Edomites, they're talking about all the world of God, this and that. Like, these devils never picked up a Bible a day in their life. And, it's so funny because they got everybody on the bandwagon speaking on, the Savior is coming, Jesus is coming. For one thing, who you call Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai in Hebrew, he's not coming for any one of you heathens. Okay, all you heathens that's not of the nation of Israel, okay, or you're not what they would consider an Israelite foreigner, you're going in slavery, okay? First and foremost, you're going to be destroyed if you're on this side of the world. Second of all, you're going to go in slavery, okay? Because it's this lady by the name of Gina Marie Coven, and I don't know, she may be a Jake, but she's really stringent on a UFOs, on a chariot. So I was watching a video last night that was sent to me, you know, by one of the fellow believers, whatever. And basically they were showing these chariots come out of these volcanoes in record numbers. And she was stating like, well, you know, they're doing this in time for the solar eclipse, which in my opinion, I mean, it makes a lot of sense because we know that the Lord have set up councils, which are angels, to have effect over men's affairs, man. Okay, like it tells you that the angels will play on the minds of the kings, man, you know, to get them to go down to fight in the battle of the great Yahweh Almighty, which is the war of Armageddon, World War III. The Lord has put it on the spirit of the angels to play on the mindsets of the kings. So, you know, hey, these angels and hey, some could very well pop off today. Okay, we don't know. Okay, but we do know that eventually things will begin to happen because, you know, these are part of the signs. Okay, as it tells us in Genesis, the 1st chapter, 14th verse, that the Lord have set the sun and the moon or the moon and the orders in heaven for a time of signs and declarations, man. You know, so this is nothing more but a declaration to the end of Esau's kingdom. You see? So anyway, see y'all brothers got any precepts? If somebody want to post 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. Also, somebody give Matthews 24:7 when it goes into false prophets, because there's a lot of false prophets out here that speak at things that they ought not speak. Okay, one example of that is that you got these guys out of Boston. Now they're talking about that Cornelius was a Edomite, was a heathen. He wasn't an Israelite. So wait a minute, man. If that was the case, then why did it tell you that Cornelius was a devout man giving alms, man? Okay, because only a believer would do something like that. You know, heathens are not going to come and worship in the temple Yahweh Bashim and Yahushai, especially if they're not of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You see what I'm saying? So that's a fucking lie right there. But yeah, you got these men coming out of the woodwork saying these things and doing these things, and they're off as hell, man. But the Lord said in a time at the end that many people should depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. You see? So with that being said, this is nothing more but prophecy fulfilling itself. Okay? Because saying that the so-called white man and the heathens could become converts, that ain't nothing but a doctrine of the devil, man. You know? And the Most High is going to destroy guys that's teaching that lie, because there's nowhere in the scriptures that heathens could be saved, man. You know? So you got false prophets out here. You got men that believe that they're over Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You know, going back into the IUIC Passover, and Salaki, I'm all over the place, but I didn't really have anything in mind. It just really wasn't a good morning, you know. So I'm just like, man, through the spirit. But, you know, we just gonna go through the spirit, because, you know, the spirit compels all things. But anyway, long story short, so you got men, like if you watch the IUIC's Passover, basically when Nate came out, looked like he was in a goddamn, you know how like when you, like if anybody ever been in like one of those hangars, like in the airport, they got like the particular, what they call them hangars, where they have like the building. But nonetheless, he's running out and everybody is looking at man like he's the Messiah, some shit, man. And I'm like, wait a minute, man, Nate is not the Messiah. So why is everybody worshiping this dude like such? You know? But it ain't strange, because, you know, the scriptures say these things will happen. All right. What is this? The book of Sirach 32 and let me find it real quick. Sirach 32:9. This is from the Rod and Reproof. And it says, if thou be among great men, make not thyself equal to them, right? Okay. Because that's a big thing now too. And I've seen it. Guys that sat with the elders and the apostles, and, you know, they thought they was on a level. They came back pushing that barbaric and that tyrannical spirit on brothers, and before you know it, they not even in the faith anymore. You know, one guy I remember in particular was a guy by the name of Element. You know, he was real close with the apostles, but when he was in the truth, it was such a chaotic time, because I mean, you know, brothers just wasn't really at where they wanted to be at, because you had men like them that was destroying their spirit, man, destroying their spirit. You know, if you didn't understand the Hebrew word, then all of a sudden, you know, you be made to look stupid, man. Nah, we ain't doing that, because we know everybody's learning habits are different, you know, and it was just shit like that. But ultimately, these men were doing so because they felt, since they said with the apostles, they had some type of authority, you know, and that's clearly not what it's supposed to be. But it says here, Make not thyself equal with them. And when ancient men are in place, use not many words. Meaning, when you around righteous men, you gotta be quiet. You gotta chill out, hold your peace. Because it's something that you can learn from that. This guy just ran the fucking red light in Esau right here. It's crazy. But so you can learn some things. But instead, men feel like they're on the level, and then they end up out of the truth. All right. 2nd Esdras 9:1, it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Okay. What it says here, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I've told thee before. Okay. And this is what we're doing. This is why we're going into videos on this so-called eclipse. Well, not a so-called eclipse, but eclipse, because we were told to do this. Like I said, today everybody is on edge. People are afraid. You got videos coming out saying stay away from the eclipse, that X, Y, and Z, National Guard. They're going to release a biological weapon. There's all types of information that's coming out about what they're getting ready to do. But then at the end of the day, it's all up to Yahweh Shimi Hawashai, man. All right, ain't really nothing that we got to be worried about, because, the Lord told us we ain't supposed to be afraid of these things, man. If anything, shit, it's just another day to me. I'm just ready for the shit to be over with so prophecy can take place. But yeah, you got people driving thousands of miles across the United States to go follow the sun in the path of totality. Like, who got that kind of money? Who has that type of money? Who has that type of time? Shit, I sure hells don't. But anyway, verse 2, and it says here, come on. It says, then thou shalt understand that this is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right now, videos came out last week during the time of the earthquake. I want to say 2 days prior to that, before the earthquake hitting Lebanon, New Jersey. You had a lightning strike that struck over the Statue of Liberty, which in my opinion, that's an omen. I feel like that's an omen, because we understand that the Statue of Liberty, it represents, basically your form of liberty here in America, which that statue goes back into Ishtar, but it represents your so-called liberated stance from Great Britain, okay? And the Lord struck it with lightning, which in my opinion, I feel like the Lord is getting ready to start judging this place, man. Because ain't no coincidence that they were talking about earthquakes, and one hit New York or New Jersey, which was felt in New York, I believe by, they said over 40 million people, some shit felt that. And it wasn't the fact that it was a devastating earthquake, but so many people felt it, which was spread across that particular region. And then prior to that, you had the Statue of Liberty being hit by lightning. So it's a lot of signs that's in place, man. And this is why we tell them brothers to remain diligent, stay prayed up. Satan is really attacking the mind. He's trying to attack the body, the spirit. Because honestly speaking, when I woke up, I woke up kind of late today, because I took all work and shit today, because I was like, I just didn't feel like dealing with it. I'm like, I don't really want to deal with it. I got a lot of shit I need to be doing. But I didn't wake up to damn near fucking 11 o'clock because I was just that tired. And then when I woke up, I was like, shit, I got to do the work. But I just didn't really feel like doing shit. So, that was a spirit that was trying to discourage me from doing the work, and all the work to be done out here, it's just like, I just didn't have it in me to do it. But the spirit, like, nah, go ahead and do it, and follow the spirit and do what it got to do. But overall, I ain't never felt like that waking up, like I didn't feel like doing the work. Like every time I wake up in the morning, I look forward to putting out shows. But today it was a little different, And I'm not saying, oh, well, I didn't want to do the work. No, I just had a different feeling. Like I just didn't feel like doing shit. Just tired, vexed, But, we got to continue to go. Because, hey, Yahushua went through the same thing. When he went on a 40-day fast, hey, Satan was at his head. Satan was trying to discourage our Savior from continuing to proceed with the ministry, man. So you're going to have those moments in the truth when you don't feel like doing shit. You don't feel like being bothered. You don't feel like being talked to, man. You don't feel like being lectured. You're going to have those days. But you have to overcome it, man. Fight it. Because we know now left-hand spirits are at play, okay? Because they're going to have a lot of witchcraft that they're going to conjure up today during the time of this eclipse. Shooting rockets at it, opening up the CERN again, which is the particle collider, which allows them to split atoms within the speed of light to open up wormholes. It's basically like baby or mini Big Bangs, which they're trying to operate and figure out the concept of the God particle, man. Okay? But they're not going to succeed in that because, the Lord didn't give them that understanding. But it reads here, it says here, therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of people in the world. We're seeing earthquakes. We're seeing uproars of people. Okay, we're seeing people go to the streets for protesting. Okay, we're seeing people protesting the fact that inflation is at an all-time high. You know, we're seeing war brewing up. We're seeing the retaliatory dealings that America has to do with Iran now, because they're talking about Iran have to be pretty much, or Americans is on how can I say it? They're on demon time for the simple fact because now they said that Iran could possibly do a retaliatory strike. Okay, so this thing is picking up, man. All right, and it says here, then thou shalt understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. And how did he speak of these things? Through the prophets, you know. So yeah, what else? 2 Peter 2:1, it says, but there were false prophets among the people, even as there should be false prophets and teachers among you, who should privately bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them. Yep, false prophets. And we're gonna see a lot of that, a lot more of that, you know. But anyway, brothers, man, I'm getting ready to be to my destination. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, you were edified into the next lesson. May the Lord be with you brothers out there. Shalom.